Quickly, young one. The advantage is yours. Strike now and fell this dreadful adversary.
Yes, Master. I'll do my best.
Cowlick pounced into the air and swiped their claws at the ghastly, vaporous creature that swirled in the hallway. It howled loudly as Cowlick's paw scraped against its light green skin. Streams of dark green steam rose from the wound. It hissed as it spun a little higher, perhaps hoping to escape. What a foolish notion. Cowlick landed on the hallway rug and pivoted around swiftly. They were still a kitten by cat standards, but that didn't matter. Despite their size, Cowlick had the potential to become a wonderful guardian. Their fur was mostly gray, with the exception of a white cowlick between their shoulder blades. Their steel gray eyes locked on its target. The kitten hunched down, wiggled their little butt, and then leapt with the might of a coiled spring. The misty creature reeled back ever so slightly, but Cowlick swiped their claws in a mad fury.
Take that, you big meanie!
Once more, hot steam burst from the new wounds. The unwelcomed vaporous beam writhed in agony as it floated further down the hallway toward Sir Ripperton June Cansley III. Sir Ripperton let out a small yowl and hunched down ever so slightly.
Now, face me at your peril, villain.
The invader stopped and began quivering. Sir Ripperton June Cansley III was an adult cat with sleek black fur, a pair of piercing yellow eyes, and an indomitable spirit, only tempered by time and conquest. Their tail flickered back and forth, and they locked gazes at where they supposed their enemy's eyes were.
Begone, you foul spectre. You are unwelcome. Persist, and you shall be destroyed.
Yeah! Get out of here!
For a long moment, the entity glared down to Sir Ripperton June Cansley III. Pure hatred danced on the air, and yet the adversary remained stationary. Its glowing body began swirling in on itself as if pulled by a whirlpool. The light in the hallway faded, but returned to normal as the entity winked out of existence. From the living room, the real master of the realm stepped into the mouth of the hallway. She was extremely tall and towered over both cats. Her long black hair was tied into a ponytail, but her hairstyle consisted of thin braids. The human woman's eyes were dark brown and sparkled with warmth and love. A wide smile creased her face. However, a thin aura of dark purple and blackened illumination started to irradiate from the master.
Are you two playing? Oh, you both are so adorable. I love you both so much. Thank God I have you two in my life. Where would I be if I didn't have you? Probably dead.
A techno jingle rippled through the quiet of the apartment, and Rashida moved to collect her cell phone. Sir Ripperton sat down on their haunches and eyed the young cowlick as the kitten pranced up to him. Tension started twisting at Sir Ripperton's chest, and yet he dismissed the anxiousness for now.
How did I do? How did I do? Did you see how I got that monster?
I saw indeed, my young squire. I saw many things. Sit.
The delight faded from Cowlick's eyes, and they sat before the much taller, broader Sir Ripperton. The kitten's tail flipped back and forth.
Would you like the good or the bad first?
Maybe we should do the bad this time, and then the good could pick me back up. There are good things to discuss, right?
Indeed, there are. When the entity first appeared, you were too slow to jump to action. Your initial attacks were akin to playing a game rather than what our real purpose is. What is our real purpose? What is our sacred charge?
Our sacred charge is to protect our human from all manners of invaders and to defend our home from outside threats.
Yes. Never forget that. The survival of our human hangs in the balance, and should we ever shirk our duties, she may be consumed by dark forces. It is not your fault. You are still mired in kittenhood. This intense urge to play will soon pass. The fact that you take your training so seriously, even as a kitten, is to be commended. And now, for the good.
Wait! Was that all the bad there was? For reals?
Despite your hyper nature, you have taken to my wisdom and your training with dedication and skill. I have no doubt that you shall be a worthy guardian to our human. Once you got into the sway of the dance, you were relentless against the Spectre Invader. I purposely kept back so that I may observe your progress.
Ah, that's right! You were staying behind me while I was going after that mean old ghost. When we fought the last four ghosts, you were so quick and savage.
Yes, of course I was. Long have I waged war against the dark forces. However, you would learn nothing if I simply decimated all of our enemies without giving you a chance to fight. Your claw swipes and pounce height have also become much more refined. One day, you'll be able to pounce as high as I can.
Oh, wowee! Do you really think so? I'm so small compared to you. It doesn't feel like I'll ever be as big as you are.
Heed my words well, my little squire. Once upon a time, I was smaller than you were. I was the runt.
No way! You were a runt? I can't believe it!
It is true. Lastly, I found your reaction time to be quite adequate for keeping the vaporous trespasser on edge. Well done. Come. We must feed and drink. Another terrible foe is mounting an assault on our human.
Another one? I don't smell anything weird.
No, little one. This is not like any other foe you have faced. This is perhaps our greatest adversary. However, let us feed and drink first. You will need your strength for the fight.
Wait, me? What about you? Are you not going to fight against our greatest adversary?
Sir Ripperton June Cansley III stood up and stared directly into the kitten's eyes. The tension in Sir Ripperton's chest had increased, and a slight coldness started to fester at various points within him. This was the sense, the sign that the dreadful villain had returned to the home.
No, my little squire. For your first time, you must face this foe alone. Only then can you truly understand the depth of need our sacred charge requires. Come.
Sir Ripperton turned around and calmly strode down the hallway toward one of the two bedrooms. One of the rooms was where their human master slept. The second bedroom was theirs, for all intents and purposes. Cowlick fell in line with Sir Ripperton, but his legs were smaller and had to work twice as fast. They strode into their room, which was quite spacious. A large cat tower stood against the far wall. It was completely covered in carpet, had multiple little alcoves, cubbies, and dangling toys extending off it in various places. To this day, neither Cowlick nor Sir Ripperton ever touched it, played with it, nor even glanced in its direction. According to sacred cat law, they had to shun such ostentatious accommodations. Several cardboard boxes were laid beside the cat tower. Thick layers of shedded cat hair lay upon the bottom and sides of the boxes. Claw marks marred the sides as well. Two large, fluffy beds were against the opposite wall, although, to be fair, all surfaces were their beds. Nestled in the corner was their cave of relief. A small swinging door hung before the entrance, which shielded the room from the foul smells within. Their food bowls and water dish rested beside their cardboard boxes. The faint fragrance of kitty kibble enticed them, and so Sir Ripperton pranced over to their bowl. They bent down and gently started eating. Young Cowlick, on the other hand, had a ravenous hunger. Sir Ripperton June Cansley III moved to the water bowl. They elegantly drank their fill, and then moved away to sit in the open. Just as expected, the kitten was just as uncouth at drinking as they were at feeding. Cowlick smiled, and then moved to sit before their master. Their satisfaction faded from their face, no doubt, because Sir Ripperton June Cansley III watched them with a critical eye. Seeing the young squire fall in line brought beads of warmth into Sir Ripperton, though they could not spoil the moment by showing such delight.
Tell me, my young squire, what is our weakest foe? The enemies that take the least amount of skill to defeat?
Mice! Mice are the easiest and funnest enemies. Not only do we get a good fight, but we get a good meal too.
Yes. There is great enjoyment with hunting and consuming the mice. However, I would recommend not toying with your prey as long for future slayings. Our precious human dislikes the sound of the mice's screams. Above mice, who is our next greatest foe?
Ghost?
Only ghosts? Is that actually true, young squire?
Oh, and monsters! And demons too!
Yes, that is correct. Tell me, what is the difference between all three?
Monsters have physical forms and generally like to hide under a human's beds or in her closet. Ghosts are spirits who are trapped in our world who are confused. That's why they're stuck. And, demons? Oh, I can't remember.
Worry not, my young squire. You are still in training. One day you will have complete mastery, and in fact, one day you'll have a squire of your very own.
Wow, I will?
Yes, I am quite sure of it. Our human likes to have pairs of companions. When I first arrived, I too had a master. Now, as for demons, they are stronger than monsters and more insidious than ghosts. Demons can possess humans, make them sick or physically hurt them, or even kill them.
Are we about to face a demon?
No, my little squire. We are not going to face a demon. Our foe is so much worse, even more dangerous than a demon.
Cowlick hunched down a little, and both of his ears flattened. His little kitten eyes widened.
More dangerous than a demon? And you want me to face this enemy alone?
You must. Just as I had to do when I first encountered it. There is only one way to fight it, for claws, teeth, and quick reflexes are useless against it.
How do you fight it?
With love.
What do you mean?
Come. All will be made clear soon. Steel yourself, my young squire. Now is the time for action.
Sir Ripperton June Cansley III rose to a stand and briskly strode from their room into the hallway. The air was heavy, and it pressed in on his shoulders. Silence made way for the padding of their paws on the carpet. Even from the middle of the hallway, Sir Ripperton saw the signs.
It is worse than I had expected. Come. Our human needs you now.
Sir Ripperton and Cowlick rounded the sofa and stopped at the end of the coffee table. Rashida sat on the couch with her elbows resting on her thighs. She was hunched over with her hands laced together. Rashida's eyes were unfocused, as if she were gazing into the depths of her mind. A profound frown was on her face, concealing away her usual beautiful smile. Most notable was the storm of black and dark purple energy that swirled around her body. Tendrils of darkness slithered into her pores and her skin, and yet she seemed unbothered by it. Flashes of white lightning shimmered within the mass.
What is that? I can't smell anything, but I see it. It's scary.
It is scary, my young squire. That is our greatest foe. Depression.
Depression?
Yes. According to legend and lore, this vile foe has claimed the lives of so many humans. Good humans who were stolen from us before their time. Now is the time to act.
With love?
Yes. Drive back the darkness with your love.
Cowlick took in a deep breath and then trotted over to where Rashida sat. She didn't appear to see them at first, and so Cowlick hopped on the couch. And then he rubbed against her, purring softly.
You're not alone, human. I'm here. I'm here and I love you. I won't let the darkness swallow you.
Rashida blinked several times, and then looked down at the small kitten nestling in her lap. Immediately, the violent storm of purples and blacks started to waver. She rubbed one of her hands against Cowlick's back.
Oh, aren't you the sweetest? You're such a wonderful little kitty. My sweet little darling.
A broad smile emerged on Rashida's face, and she began to pet the kitten more vigorously. The longer she did so, the more the oppressive nature of the enemy dissipated. Sir Ripperton June Cansley III sat back on their haunches. The ache in their chest was gone now, replaced by a powerful warmth. The vile and repulsive force that had been assaulting their human was gone.
You guys are the best. Oh, hey, you're tickling me. You're tickling me. You have no idea how much you mean to me.
Wonderful job, my young squire. Victory is yours. When I am gone, I will rest easy knowing that you are here to care for her. Our precious human. May I live long enough to see you emerge into greatness.
Sir Ripperton June Cansley rose to a stand and sauntered off to find a cozy place to nap.